It's like you're sick or something. We are live
We are live. Awesome.
in a
Hello.
basement. Do you guys remember what this is all about? It's about still and I am the frame. Dude, how did that happen? Oh yeah. Okay. Arty time. Arty time. Arty on. Excellent.
There, we nailed it.
Yeah, but the camera's still not set up, but we nailed that.
What are you? How come here?
Oh yeah, it needs to be a book joint. Yeah. Now we're talking. And if we sit back, now we're talking. The serious vibe. Okay, so it's been a little bit slow this week. Kind of like the setup to this whole episode.
Yeah, that's how this week was kind of felt off and just weird, man. I was really sick. I got a fever, and I had a fever for like 4 days, and it was really, really bad for one day, and then like just low fever and low energy for 3 days.
Look at us.
I got nothing done.
And then I came over here.
Yeah.
And he poisoned me, basically. With the sickness.
Can I say?
So, yeah. We're about to talk about what do you do when you have an art business and you get sick?
You suffer. That's pretty much what it comes down to, you know? Like, it's hard to keep things going. I mean, when you're sick, you need days off. Artists don't get paid sick days. We don't have to, at least we also don't get yelled at if we don't show up to work. But, like, you don't get paid either. So, it's hard. Like, my whole life was sick for 3 years, and I managed to keep my business going. But this was, like, an acute 4-day, bronchitis type of chest cold thing going on. So, it pretty much knocked me off my feet, and I stayed in bed for like 4 days. I couldn't do social. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do my business. If I was in school, I wouldn't have gone to class. Like any situation, I wouldn't have been able to function. My body needed to heal. I needed to sleep. I needed rest and fluids. So, so that's what I did, and it's showing in the bank for sure. It's showing on social media. I didn't make any posts for like 5 days in a row. It was like, I'm missing in action. But thankfully, right now, with my job happening there, it didn't, it's not the end of the world because I'll still have, income coming in from my previous week's paycheck.
That's the whole thing. Like, it always feels like it's the end of the world because we live in the now. And you're sick and all that weight and all that pressure's weighing down on you and you don't have the energy to push back. But in the grand scheme of things, you need to rest,
Mm-hmm.
Like even today, my body was just like, yo, just pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what time it is or what you need to do. And I did what I needed to do, and then when those things were done, I passed out.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel a lot better.
No, I mean, I'm still not feeling 100%, but I don't have a fever anymore, and like my chest cold's clearing up a bit, so I'm back on the mend. I started painting today.
I think this is all because of that sub that you ate.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that.
You had gluten, y'all.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's the reason. I went over to. I think it actually. I went over to my parents on Mother's Day last weekend, and they had both been sick recently, and I think I caught what they had because they had the same symptoms and the same type of thing. So, anyway, I'm feeling on the mend, and I'm looking forward to getting back to making moves with my business and making more art and
so what's going on in the business?
Getting past it. Well, right now the big thing for me that's coming up is my trip to Cosm, and I'm really looking forward to that.
I saw a guy with a tool shirt today.
Nice.
Yeah, an Alex Gray tool shirt.
That's awesome. So, Cosm, if you don't know, is a chapel of sacred mirrors. It's Alex Gray's and his wife Allison Gray's and a whole bunch of their staff that are involved too. It wouldn't exist without all the collaboration between all of those people.
I'd love to see it.
But it's in the Hudson Valley, about like an hour and a half north of New York City, in a beautiful spot. They have like I think 40 acres of land there, and it's basically dedicated to art and people who love art and community and spirituality. And there's a mandala workshop I spoke about in another episode we did before that I'm going to, so I'm really, really excited about that.
Is it now?
It'll be the 4th time I do the workshop, and you know, mainly the reason I want to go is because the people who run it are close friends of mine now. Like we really get along. We're like, you know, within minutes of meeting each other, we felt like we'd known each other for years. So I'm going because A, I want to support them. B, you know, I really want to enjoy spending some time with them. And especially at Cosm, which is such an awesome place where I'm supporting Alex and Allison Gray's mission to build Entheon, which is like Cosm's next level thing. You know, if you want the details, go to www.cosm.org. I'll put the link down there. Anyway.
They're basically trying to make a monument that outlives them.
Yeah, they're trying to make basically a temple to art and creativity and to honor the spirit.
Which is bold and ambitious. It's beautiful, you know, for an artist to go to that level.
Yeah, and we spoke about it in the episode with Chris Dyer, that we all three of us kind of have similar missions or visions where we'd like to have, you know, museum / temple / whatever you want to call it, but like a place where people gather to enjoy our life's work. And, have it on display and have it as a gathering place to inspire and, you know, hopefully motivate and unite other people who have a similar mission and a passion. And you know, I think I spoke about in another episode how Alex Gray's art and Cosm kind of like was a place where, you know, I was able to connect with other people who'd had psychedelic experiences, whereas like a lot of my friends and my family hadn't. So it was like a sort of like a tribe that I felt part of. So I kind of want to create a place like that for artists and for entrepreneurs and creative people and people who've had spiritual experiences where they can all come and kind of connect and feel safe to talk about these, you know, things that society thinks of as weird, and, you know, just feel safe about it. And you know, that's part of the reason we're doing this podcast too, is so that if you're watching and you're an artist and you're a
you want
person,
LSD, we have a number that you can call. Just leave a comment at the bottom. Unless you're CIA, then this is a joke. This is simply a joke.
It simply is a joke anyway. You don't need to call us. You can just go online and look it up yourself, and you can probably find pretty much anything you want to buy on the internet. So, yeah, you don't need our help for that.
But it's interesting that being with like-minded people is a very important part of life and a part of evolving, you know? I saw a really good comic today where there was a butterfly and a caterpillar, and the butterfly saying to the caterpillar, "We're supposed to evolve." Isn't it true?
Yeah.
We're all
I saw the same one. The caterpillar says, "You've changed," and the moth says, the butterfly says, "We're supposed to."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And I think a big part of that is teaming up with like-minded people and finding your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And how important your tribe is to you. You don't experience many creative slumps when you have a good tribe.
No, it's true.
Because another person will spark you.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
when if you don't have someone who can't relate with you, it's like you're playing a game with no one. When you're like trying to relate that, oh, I haven't had a sale in a while, to someone who doesn't live that life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's important because like, how can I put it? Like any other job that you have, you know, you talk to your coworkers about your job, and if you have a bad day, your coworkers are the ones who are going to understand what made your day bad, because they're in the situation, they're in the environment. So it's like, you know, and they'll understand maybe ways that you could have made your day good, and be like, well, your day's bad because you forgot to do this important thing at the beginning of the day, and that's why you screwed up your own, like those kind of things. So having artist friends is similar to having coworkers, and I know some artists look at other artists as enemies or as like the competition, and, you know, that's fine to a certain extent if you're competitive and, like, you know, you have that one-up thing like we've spoke about, I think, also in Chris Dyer's episode where we're talking about playing Leapfrog, you know, but like your other artists are for in large part going to be, you know, people you can network with and learn from, and, you know, get business advice from. And
so going to Cosm is one of the ways that you found your tribe and many people of your tribe, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that I think,
because let's name a few ways that you can get if you're at home right now and you're wondering, like, how can I expand my network of friends that do art, name a couple ways.
Well, a couple of ways you can is especially attending workshops that artists run. I think is one of the best ways that I've found that I enjoy, because by going to a workshop, I can meet the people who run the workshop. So then I can learn how to run a workshop. So potentially I can create my own workshops and run them, which I'm starting to get to the point where I'd really like to do. That's sort of how I felt comfortable doing art business consulting one-on-one over the because I used to be a manager and do sales training one-on-one, so like I felt comfortable with that. So I forget what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I know the phone just blew up.
But yeah, I totally forget what I was trying to say. So
he's trying to say that you should be going to art events and art workshops, even if the phone's blowing
workshops.
up.
Workshops are one of the best ways to meet people, because you learn how to run a workshop, and like you learn from people who are hopefully further along in doing the type of stuff that you want to do. And then another thing is you get to meet all the people in the workshop and learn from them and talk to them, and it's an intimate setting usually when you're in a workshop that's more than an afternoon long. If you're in a several-day workshop, you kind of get to know each other and you go through this experience together, and it builds that little camaraderie, and that can carry on back home. When you all go your separate ways out there,
so much more because
you can connect with social media. And it's a good way to gain followers or keep followers interested on social media, is when you're going to this workshop, posting about it leading up to it, and then posting about it while you're there, and after. And
it's a good story.
It's a good part of the story.
It's a small hero's journey.
Yeah.
Also, $1.80 strategy again. We can drop that again. That's a good way, but like we were talking about, going to meet in the RL in the real life, helps the social media aspect of it. So you can make friends on social media. I have friends on social media, legit, that I've never met. And you know what I mean? It's going to take years before we meet because they're in Europe or da-da-da-da. But I feel a connection to because of consistency of connection through social media.
The same here.
Because I actually care, I actually care about their art. It inspires me. And if it's a two-way street, amazing. But no, it has to be genuine. Like, actually find people that you're inspired by and make a connection, and you'll be... Jimbo Phillips shared my post of him and Chris Dyer's collab.
Oh, nice.
So there you go in that sense. You know what I mean? That, Jim Phillips is one of the founders of skateboard art. This is Jimbo Phillips, his son, who did a collab with Chris Dyer, and I thought that was historical. That there was this collab, these two people in the skateboard industry collabing on this real, authentic board, and here I am in real life, and he reciprocates that. You know what I mean? So that's one of the instances where those things help. Now, are we going to get super esoteric on them about the real way to make friends? I guess we are, because you're not saying anything, so the banter goes back to me.
Yeah, the banter goes back to you. Continue your thought, because I'm actually really thirsty. I'm going to go get my juice.
Okay, you do that.
You talk about that.
Okay, I think personally, I don't know if Adam's going to agree when he comes back from his water, that when you do a career in arts, it has to do with your internal world and the manifestation of that as a mirror in the real world. With that said, there's a hero's journey or story that plays out in your life. And by following the circumstances, coincidences, and things like that, things start to arise and things start to happen. That's, I think, how you would meet your artist friends, because they'll be involved in that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's really weird how I met a lot of my artist friends. Like, Chris Dyer is one of my best artist friends, and I met him as an art collector of his. I was not an artist. I knew Chris for, I don't know, I guess something like, at least 5 years before I ever painted anything myself. So I wasn't an artist. I bought Chris's art and kind of hung around with him, and I thought it was really cool to have this weird, wacky, awesome artist friend who was just like so different from any other person that I really knew in my call center world. This guy with dreads and these bright, colorful clothes and this bright, colorful art and just this awesome attitude and planting trees in the summer and making a difference in the world, and just living by his morals, I think, is what inspired me the most. Is like, the guy mostly walks his talk. And you know, that's something that resonated with me a lot, and the fact that his talk was so different from, you know, everything else in the world. Like, it was like this little oasis of weird honesty and just creativity that just manifested itself in a way that really resonated with me. And at the end of the day, the main thing is his bright colorful art just made me feel happy when I looked at it. And then getting to know Chris, and you know, he's a funny guy. You know, I think he somewhat enjoyed my company. I used to bring a lot of beer over anyway, so I never heard him complain about that until the next day when he had his hangovers. Then I heard him complain a couple of times, but you know, so but it's weird now that I'm an artist, and that 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 relationship has changed into something where, like, where I think because of the fact I'd collected his art and I'd known him for a while before I started painting myself. When I did start painting myself, it's almost like you know, finding a friend that you've known a while who all of a sudden picks up the same hobby as you, or enjoys the same TV show as you or something. It's like, oh cool, now we're on, like, now we have something even more in common that we can relate to and talk about and things like that, you know.
I think it was meant to be. It's one of those coincidences that I was talking about before, you know. And now you help him with his social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have helped him out with his social media. I've helped him out with answering his emails while he's traveling. You know, and
so if you ever were looking up to an artist and you were like, oh man, I really like to apprentice for them, there's a process to that. That process is, number 1, simple step, you could reach out.
You could buy their art. That's how mine started.
His started with the buying of the art, and then it's a relationship that develops, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna marry someone on the first date. Let's just be real, you know what I mean? So even if the person is the biggest artist in the world, but you're really inspired by them, you could have a relationship with them in one way or another. It doesn't mean like you're gonna be doing their social media, but it's possible. Because Chris is one of the biggest artists.
And this is something else that Gary Vee talks about. Besides his 180 strategy, is working for free for people that you want to learn from, or that do what you want to eventually do. Because sometimes, you know, maybe they'll, you know, you don't want to maybe sit there and copy paste social media posts. But because you're sitting there copy pasting social media posts, maybe the guy whose posts you're copy pasting will give you half an hour of his time in a message to answer more in-depth questions about what you really want to learn about. Or, you know,
role models are important, I find.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way and best way to learn. And that's why, like, most of the original traits, like mechanics and welding and stuff like that, it's mostly based around you're going to basically stand next to a guy who knows how to do it.
Yeah, you're going to apprentice.
And you're going to do the bitch work. You're going to do the bitch work, but that's the only way to learn.
But that's the foundation of learning, because once you know how to do all those little bitch work things, those things are
the secret.
Are without those little bitch work things being done properly, the whole thing falls to shit. So, you know, like, by understanding all the work that goes into it, you're able to...
It's only called bitch work because it becomes obvious after a while. But at first, it's still a eureka.
Well, it's also time-consuming. It's time-consuming stuff that doesn't necessarily require a ton of skill and experience. Like, laying bricks doesn't require a ton of experience. It requires to be shown how to do it and da-da-da. But once you lay bricks for a week or a month or a year, then the whole process of how a building is built is going to be apparent to you, because you're going to be sitting on job sites watching people build the rest of the building while you're just doing the one thing of laying bricks. And it's the same thing with the art career. If you were an apprentice and maybe you're just doing fill-ins on a canvas, but while you're there, you hear him talking on the phone with a client, or you're watching him do his social media posts.
Number 1, you find out what paint he's using for the fill.
Yeah, you can find out what materials they use. Maybe
that happens very often, that artists have specific tools to make specific end results, and those are the tricks of the trade.
Those can be some of the
And when you
tricks of
see
the
the
trade for
final
sure.
product of this canvas, you have no idea how he has all those colors. Is he
Mm.
mixing all those colors, or does he have a wild selection of colors? So vast.
I'm pretty vocal about my big paint collection.
He has a big paint collection. Okay?
Can we actually go show the paint collection? Let's go walk over there with the camera and show my big paint collection.
We got the frame so nice.
Yeah. But
okay, so check it out.
So we're going. This is our first mobile. We're moving.
Okay.
There we go.
We are live.
We are live. Here's some light. Boom.
Hold on, we're walking by a rack of clothes here.
Yeah.
Adam's got his clothes on display.
Clothing.
He has all the sizes you need.
I do.
And right here is Pacific Northwest. If we just continue turning this way,
No. Where's the paint collection though? Here, this is what we wanted to show you.
Holy shit! Look at that on camera.
This is my paint collection. There's about 300 bottles here, and there's quite a few that aren't even here. They're in my back studio working on my big painting. So yeah, I use Americana paint, just for the record there, by Deco Art. And yeah, they have something like 200 colors. They have metallics.
Dude, it looks retarded on camera.
Metallics are good. They have a glow-in-the-dark paint, which I've used, which is awesome. And unfortunately, they don't have a program for Canadian artists to sponsor them, so I probably won't even get free paint for shouting them out. But I love their paint, so I'll shout them out anyway. And yeah, that's about.
That's a secret for all the colors, you know? He's not mixing.
My secret is I spent like $600 on paint. But, you know, I got them $2 or $3 a bottle at a time over a few years. You know, some of this paint that I have here might be 4 or 5 years old.
That's wealth right there. That's like a little treasure.
Yeah, no.
Look at that guitar, too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's...
And don't forget, some of his stuff is like on this table here because he's painting. There's like bottles everywhere. There's probably bottles in the other room, too, right?
Yeah. There is. There's like bottles over there. Quite a few, actually. There's a whole other studio.
Oh, we're going to the other studio?
I don't know. Quick, then we'll go back in our regularly scheduled spot.
Okay, we're on tour.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to show a big painting, too. Here we are.
Here we are in like the showroom that's a little bit of a mess right now because it's doubling as a studio for my giant painting here that I'm working on.
It's kind of big, bud.
Yeah, it's a 4 by 8 feet. Somebody said it looked like a door, the size of a door the other day. Well, here's the door, and it's like it's about twice the size of the door, eh? Like not as tall, but like
it's
twice the surface area of the door.
It's way bigger than a door.
Yeah,
it's like 4 times almost that door.
It's huge. Yeah, it's a big fucking painting.
It's beautiful too. The coats are really nice.
Yeah, it is. It's coming along. I need to do the creatures and features next, but yeah. So there we go. I guess we went on a little walk here. Now you've seen.
You gotta get your exercise when you're not feeling well, you know.
Yeah, it was important. This is our exercise.
So that's another tip, you know, like if you're sick, you know, make sure to stay active.
There's more paint.
But I tell you, there's bottles everywhere.
Yeah, I have a lot of paint.
I'm not even joking. It's like, oh hello, more bottles over here now.
And a mask. Pretty awesome mask.
Well, that's our tour now to work on the framing.
Oh, I'm glad that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It worked out great live. Normally, you know, it's a little bit of a stress when you go live. It's like, oh man, we don't even know if we're gonna get a good frame here because we're filming with the front end of the camera, so we're looking into it like a mirror.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's hard to film like that. Normally, you film from behind and.
Yeah, that's why he held the phone and I just walked around and talked.
Mm-hmm.
It worked well. See, you should help me with my videos because see, it kind of worked well.
But judging on the last Arty Time, what are you doing? I'm frame master. Judging.
There we go.
Judging from the last Arty Time, you're more gung ho and back into the art.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm also. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm less stressed because I know I have like paychecks coming. I know I'm going to cause them in a few days. Like, you know, I'm more confident. I'm feeling more positive. My thinking's more positive. You know, I was just really sick for 4 days and feeling better from that. honestly feels really good. So combined with, the good things that are happening with my job and the good things that are happening with feeling more healthy, like I'm just feeling more positive. So I'm really looking forward to jumping back into focusing more time on my art career, because being sick forced me to take like a real vacation. For the last few weeks where I've been in transition with my job and everything, I didn't really take a vacation. I still check my social media. I still talk to people. I still answered my emails. I still sent a few emails. Like, I didn't really take a vacation. I took like a half vacation. Being sick forced me to take a 4-day vacation where I couldn't even care about, checking my emails. My inbox was piling up with messages from people, and I just didn't even care about answering them. And I needed that. I needed to step back. I'm sorry if you were one of the people that was waiting for me, but
I like really feel the same way Friday and today, where it's just like it's a like artists really take a lot on their shoulders, and they have delusions of grandeur clearly, because as soon as you get sick, you start to realize how much you're doing, how overwhelming it really is, and that makes the sickness worse.
Yeah, no, when you're getting stressed and worried, especially when the financial part is mixed in with it, that you're not making money because you're sick and you got bills to pay and you're piling up, but you're sick and da-da-da-da-da, and you start feeling guilty because you should be doing stuff, but you're sick, so then you start feeling guilty that you're not taking the rest you need because it's like, what?
I feel pretty good about the paintings that I did. I get good serotonin from that. I'll get them. You cover for me.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I'm excited because these paintings are actually really cool. I watched him do them, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are gonna like what he just did. So, here, you want me to?
Yeah, show one.
Here we go. Which one's this? This one's Mario, huh? Check that, Mario with some Bitcoin.
This is a commission.
Is that it? Bitcoin bag?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is a commission that went on for a while because I wasn't sure if the guy was down because we're talking about a painting, but today, just not feeling that good. You might as well get something done. He wanted 4 FedEx envelopes painted, so I literally just did that here at Adam's house.
I think it's a really cool concept painting on these.
Yeah, and like whitewash, so actually in person you can see the FedEx through the.
Yeah.
You can see the ink through it, so it's coming through a bit. And 4 of these framed together is a nice series.
Yeah, definitely.
So you got Tintin, you got Richie, you got Mario. These must be really childhood favorites of the guy.
Where's the 4th one?
It's Monopoly guy. He's the least favorite of everyone, obviously.
Is he? I don't know. You think he's one of my favorite?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like.
Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Yeah, that is his name, eh?
Yeah, I used to love it. I used to play Monopoly on Nintendo. That's why. Or on Super Nintendo.
He's J.P. Morgan, actually.
Is he?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He's designed to. Well, he's pretty much J.P. Morgan, the guy who, rigged the first Great Depression.
Yeah, and who's basically made Nikola.
Okay, bro, you mentioned Tesla. You can't just don't do that.
Yeah, well, I mentioned Nikola Tesla.
And we're gonna get cut off again.
Yeah, maybe we should just mention Elon Musk, and then that Tesla guy is okay to talk about.
Well, what did he? No, he was involved with the. Oh yeah, the tower.
Yeah, the Wardenclyffe Tower.
Wardenclyffe Tower that was gonna be.
And then it was supposed to be free energy, and apparently J.P. Morgan, like Nikola Tesla, wanted this technology to be free. J.P. Morgan wanted to charge people for the technology, apparently, and.
Well, you should look into this. If you don't know about Nikola Tesla,
all of his work.
We just opened up a cool wardrobe for you. But the actual story of J.P. Morgan and Nikola Tesla was that he was going to finance. This is Tesla's problem every time. He gets a financier on an idea. We're going to make telecommunications, baby. People are going to pay you. You're going to have a telecommunications across the ocean. Then, after a couple months of him doing it, he comes up with an even more grandiose use for it, which is free energy and free telecommunications for the world. Obviously, the guy who financed it is not down for that, dummy. He's down for the original idea where he makes mad money. Mm-hmm. But now you're talking about this other idea where he's not going to make anything and he paid for it. He blew it up. JP Morgan blew it the fuck up. TNT'd the bitch. So I don't know if you haven't heard that story or other great Nikola Tesla stories. look into it. Apparently, he ended up crazy, or that's what people said, crazy, and he had doves as friends or something. It's like a Mike Tyson story.
Yeah, I don't know if you speaking of Mike Tyson, yeah, did you see him talk about his 5-MeO DMT experiences? Is he
What, he did a Joe Rogan podcast?
I don't know if it was that. I think he talked about it on the podcast, but I also saw other articles coming around on Facebook and whatever about it. So it's pretty interesting because Chris Dyer just had that experience a few months ago and spoke about it. Because I was running his social media, I kind of saw that
Oh, you're saying Mike Tyson
develop.
took a toad?
Yeah, he smoked the 5-MeO DMT, which is the secretion of a toad.
Oh, I did not hear what happened to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty mind-blowing, apparently. I didn't read the articles or anything much about it, but just the fact that you brought him up and we were talking about Chris Dyer.
And psychedelics.
Psychedelics, so I don't know, it kind of all jive together just right.
Yeah.
One of those synchronicities directing.
Oh, I think Mike Tyson's going through a lot of healing. You know, you could tell in his voice nowadays that he's truly a loving person.
Yeah.
He's loving and happy, and
I think he always was. He just didn't know how to channel it.
And
he had other people making.
Yeah, he was surrounded by the wrong people. So again, this makes sense why we're talking about this in podcast. Don't surround yourself with people that are gonna, turn you into 1990s, 1980s Mike Tyson. You don't need to be that.
Yeah, no, it's by this, and again, it's hard to say because I think a lot of those people that Mike Tyson maybe was being driven in the wrong direction by were people that he was paying. So, and we're also talking about like hiring people, and of course, if we're going to be hiring people, a lot of times people that you hire are going to not tell you when you're doing things wrong or point out mistakes you do or anything like that. They'll let you make your mistakes as long as they get their paycheck. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, call that a yes man.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So like that
person who just they're scared to tell you the truth sometimes. And
So who knows? Maybe we'll have lessons about that down the line.
That's the worst thing. Tell someone when it's like whack. Just tell them in a loving way,
Oh, and that's something I'm really looking forward to is hiring some people. I'm excited about it because I'm going to be able to make it happen.
If anybody wants to apprentice for him,
if anyone wants to apprentice, reach out. I'm looking to hire somebody probably to 6 to 8 hours a week, preferably in person, but possibly online. So I'd love to hear from somebody who's interested in doing that. It would probably be like
wait, are you paying?
Yes, of course I'm paying.
Oh damn!
I would start paying. The job would start probably in a couple of weeks. I'd want to interview and have a little couple conversations first about what my expectations are and what your expectations would be for working for me, and we'll go from there. But don't be shy. Send me a message.
Damn, you're going big time.
Yeah, I'm going big time. Big time. I'm going to have advertising in Boston Pizzas, probably. I'm going to be setting up some ads on some screens and some Boston Pizzas. I want to get some more advertising out there, and I think it's a pretty cool way to get my ad in front of some people, a cool demographic. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to do. And that's partially because of the job I got. Like the company I work for sets up screens in Boston Pizzas and sells ads on them. So that's one of the things I do is sell ads on those screens. So I'm able to get a really good wholesale deal on them, and why not? It'll be an amazing way to get more exposure for myself in a demographic that's hopefully going to be really receptive to my art, and so it's a win-win situation for everyone.
In most cases, you just gotta get it out in front of people. The world is a mysterious place. You know what I mean? Just the fact that you believe that something's gonna happen from this Boston Pizza, something's gonna happen. I just feel like it sends out that intent to the world that forces another human to walk into that Boston Pizza and notice it and have the exact result of what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting that that I got to meet the Jim Treliving, the guy who created Boston Pizza many years ago, at Boston Pizza in Vancouver, and I think he only had like 3 or 4 restaurants open back then, and I didn't really know who he was or really care. I was like 13 or 14, and my uncle, this retired police officer, he started these restaurants and da 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 da, and it was like, it was a cool thing. My uncle was an entrepreneur and was inspired by this, and me, I was a kid and I didn't give a shit. I was like, oh, it's good spaghetti, yeah, oh, big meatballs, cool. But all these years later, as an entrepreneur myself, and looking back on it, it was pretty cool that I got to meet the guy even for just a minute. And now he's on this TV show, the Canadian version of Shark Tank, which is called Dragon's Den, and he's like the owner of Boston Pizza. And now I'm kind of selling.
Is there
ads
a
on
Boston? Is there
pizzas.
Boston Pizzas in Boston?
I have no idea.
Did he start it in Vancouver?
I think so.
That's strange.
Yeah, no, he's a Canadian police officer. I think he RCMP, if I'm not mistaken.
He just likes deep
or
dish
or
Boston
BC
style?
Provincial Police, maybe. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't know how he got into the pizza business. I didn't really research his career. All I know, he's on Dragon's Den, and I'm selling ads on the Boston Pizza screens. So it's pretty cool that that whole synchronicity worked out together. And so like one of the things I spoke about
Let me go back. Let me
previous
give a rerun here. How did Adam start working at this Boston Pizza screen place? Well, my friends, he manifested it. A couple of weeks ago, Adam requested the universe to give him a job close to home, preferably close to home, in walking distance, please, where he could relive his glory years as a call center manager. And within 7 days.
No, within like 24 hours. When I seriously
not 24 hours.
Not even like 12 hours.
After 10 days, he is now a manager at a call center.
No, I did get a promotion already. That's awesome. But
so it was 10 days or something like that?
No, it was about a month before I got the promotion, and the promotion doesn't start for another couple of weeks. So anyway.
Okay, well now
it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what I had spoke about a couple of episodes ago was about how I didn't know what was going to manifest from this job or who I'd meet or how it would help my art career. But here's one way I found that it can help my art career. I can get my ads on these Boston Pizza screens playing for people, for like over 100 times a day. My 20 or 40 second ad is going to run on the screen, and for a whole year. So that's pretty cool. So that's one way that this job manifested to hopefully help my art career. And at the very least, even if nobody at the Boston Pizza ever calls me from the ad, I'll make sure that the owner of that Boston Pizza takes a picture of my ad on the screen and sends it to me so I can post that on social media. And other people will think, wow, Adam's got his ads on Boston Pizza screens. And they don't need to know that I work there unless they watch this podcast. They don't need to know that I got a really good deal on the ad because I work there.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, it's turning, this situation where I had to go get a job and trying to spin it the best way possible that I can for my art career. And, one way I can do that is taking some of the money I earn and hire people. Another way I can do that is by investing, in some ads at an amazing deal that nobody else can get those ads at, but I can because I work there.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's part of the plan now. Now that the rent is assured, you're going to use the excess money to put it back into your art career.
Oh, yeah. That's always been the plan. I mean, it's not like I'm going to, maybe I'll take a vacation and do some traveling a little bit. But, my main objective with the money I earn from my job is to invest it back into my art career. And I'm not going to lie. I do want to go see some concerts and shit. I did miss that when, my bills were just barely being met. I want to enjoy life and go see some of my favorite musicians when they come to town, and
I feel you.
Eat out every once in a while.
I found a Ferrari telephone today.
You found a Ferrari telephone?
A red Ferrari telephone from the 90s. Listen, we have to spoil ourselves sometimes, so I gave that woman the $5 she deserved for that Ferrari telephone.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. They used to sell them just over here at the mall, and they had the Lamborghini, the Ferrari.
Oh, yeah, and it's a phone, but it's a car.
And a Porsche, right?
Yeah.
They only had 3 of them, though, right?
Well,
Lamborghini, Porsche, and Ferrari. That was it.
What else do you need besides the 911?
A Maserati?
I didn't have it back then.
Yeah, I know.
No, this is what we're talking about.
I think I know exactly
the Diablo and the Ferrari.
The red Testarossa, the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what one you're talking about.
It's super
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah,
the phones were like $200 when we were kids. Eh?
Oh, I didn't know that. But it's
it's
a symbol of look, first of all, it's a phone. Okay, nobody has a land phone
pickup
anymore,
phone, right?
Yeah, with the wire.
A landline.
It's a landline. Nobody has that anymore. So it's forever. I can't believe she sold it to me for $5. She's full.
Mm.
She's full. And I have and I'm really getting into, this is like my own passions that we should talk about, I guess, because we're talking about the things that you want to go to more concerts. I'm collecting keshis, which are toys that don't move, and they're usually very small. Keshi, because it comes from the Japanese term. They have like machines where you put in coins and you get a little toy out of it.
That sounds awesome. That sounds
Keshi
fun.
machines. Yeah, but it's here. They're so funny because you find them in thrifts, and nobody wants them, so they're usually like the cream of the crop is left there. You know, I found one of those. Power Rangers was a TV show that they bootlegged from Japan, and there's all kinds of Power Rangers and all kinds of Power Ranger robots that appear as cheap Chinese toys in our world, and people don't know what they are, so they leave them. But I have a whole collection of these Japanese Power Ranger bootlegs.
Awesome.
Which Power Rangers is a bootleg of. It's like bootleg Inception. It's so good, and that really inspires me.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Still looking for a Megatron though.
It's
so
like bootleg.
Megatron,
it's like bootleg Inception. You mean like in Rick and Morty?
What?
Where they bootleg Inception and then they also bootleg Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street in that episode where they go
it's an important part of our culture. Culture mashing and culture referencing is everywhere. But what I was talking about mostly is just taking some time away from art and having a hobby. And in this case, I just go to rando spots where they have thrifts and weird ass church basements, and I just enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
That's like kind of a thing that I do. That's solo. I hang out with friends too, but like that's a thing where I just go and walk around and think, digest my thoughts, and if I find a cool keshi, dope. Here's $1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
And I get a little trophy.
That's wicked. As a kid, I used to love garage sales and stuff too. I remember one time I went to a garage sale down the street from me, and the guy had I was literally 7, and it was I don't know, 5 houses down from mine. So I went by myself with my little, 50 cents allowance or whatever that I had, and I bought him there was, it was the end of the day, 4 o'clock or something, and I think they were cleaning up the garage sale when I got there, and I found a whole thing of Matchbox cars, and it said 50 cents on the front of the thing. So I picked one car, and I went to the mom or the dad or whatever. I think I went to the dad, and I paid 50 cents and left with the little car. But then 10 minutes later, the mom came, and she's like, "Oh, it was 50 cents for all of them." And I'm like, "Really?" Probably just no, but it's the end of the day, and we're gonna throw them out. So here, we knew you bought them. I guess it was the deal. But so I ended up getting the 20 Matchbox cars for 50 cents, and I remember the feeling to this day. It was such an awesome score because there were older ones and no one else had them, and there were some cool ones in there. And
I think that's part of the hobby is when you find that thing, it's just that it's good for the art, and that's why I'm trying to bring it up again. Mm-hmm. It's just good for art to take a break sometimes, not always focus on art, and that's just one of my hobbies. You get a deal on something, you find something that someone else thought was garbage. All those things come together, I find.
And I think what we're talking about here about kind of burning out a little bit and needing to take a step back and needing a vacation is something that's not unique to art. It's something every entrepreneur goes through. Because when you're running a business, it's kind of like your baby. And it's not only your baby, it's your baby that feeds you. It's one thing to have a baby that you need to feed, but to have a baby that also needs to feed you back, it's a complex thing to keep it going all the time, and it takes a lot of focus, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of learning, it takes a lot of change as the way you're doing business. You're forced to change it due to circumstances it's not necessarily in your control, usually never in your control. So you kind of have to roll with things, and that's where I'm at right now, is rolling with my new job and changing the way that I'm going to do business. And it's something that's going to take a few months to really foundation it to the new direction. In the meantime, I'm still kind of in a transition, but I'm making plans. I'm got things on the go. I'm working on a couple of paintings. I got that big painting over there that I'm working on that's getting close to finished. So things are moving anyway.
And I feel that same way. That it's like it's spring, so we're planning on new things.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to simplify. You know what I mean? As things intensify, you want to simplify so that you don't actually end up working more. You just end up working the same.
Or
And that,
work smarter. Exactly.
yeah, work smarter, not harder. So, I really, for me, it has to do with just like I've been thinking about the clothes a lot, and man, it's really getting to the point where it has to be like one thing. And this world is so crazy, and there's so much choices and options that if I just don't hold down one thing, it's too many things.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm still gonna make shirts that are funny and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like it's gotta be one thing for 10 years for it to make a large sum of money in the T-shirt world. So if anyone's watching and they're involved in apparel or something like that, that's my tip for being involved in it for over 12 years. You gotta do one thing and stick with. I've seen people have one thing and it be mediocre and it work. But if you change things, and this is the same thing in art too, if you do too many things, you know what I mean?
So, for me, like, the clothing thing is weird for me, and I was always told to stay away from clothing as
Possibly
an artist.
because of the too many things.
As an artist, well, not just because of the too many things, but because of the too many sizes. So it's hard to keep stock, it's hard to keep inventory. If you're just selling one-offs, it's not always easy to keep people satisfied because people get angry when they can't buy the thing they want. For me personally, clothing isn't my passion and my focus. Like, yes, I love having clothing with my designs on it, and I think it's awesome. But like, if I was just starting my art career again, I wouldn't focus on clothing right away, and I didn't. I actually waited until I had all kinds of other things before I even looked into clothing. I actually only got into clothing about 6 to 8 months ago, and so far it's not really making me a lot of money. So it's something that like I'm gonna kind of step away from and go back more towards like one size fits all products. I want to get more blankets made. I want to maybe look into coasters. I want to maybe look into watches with my design.
As an artist,
I want to look into all kinds of other things, but that are one size fits all. And in the meantime, if you want to see more clothes, right now I'm having 30% off on all my stuff at nexusvisions.com. Because I'm trying to have a spring clearance sale, and let's call it a artists don't have 6 days sale. Because I do have a job, but my job only pays me every 2 weeks. My first paycheck was like minimum wage training paycheck, where I got almost nothing. So like,
well, look,
you want to get some awesome clothes at 30% off? Now's your chance.
In terms of putting your art on clothes, it's great so that you can wear your art, because that's a great way for you to advertise. Now, if you want people to buy your clothes in mass because it's your art on it, you're dreaming in Technicolor, because what people want to wear is selfish. They want to wear it and broadcast a message that they want to broadcast to the world. It's not necessarily your art. So if you want that to be the case, you need to come up with an idea or a message that a person would want to wear, and then use your art to broadcast said message. Then they'll wear your art. So that's why I had Say No to Drug shirts, which are ironic and or real, depending on the person who wants to wear it. Crack Kills was part of that. What else? Jazz Cabbage was kind of like was kind of a fringe one. Jazz Cabbage was like people like wearing band shirts, and some people wear band tour shirts that they clearly never went to, like The Who and stuff like that. So that was a play on that kind of stuff. But
I had Guns N' Roses tour shirts that I never went to.
You know what I mean? So observe what people wear in the apparel world, and you can use your art in that way. My love of apparel comes from the fact that it's people broadcast philosophies through brands of who they are and what they stand for, and that shapes our culture as a whole. Nike, Coca-Cola, these are big things on our culture.
Now, I'm not saying I'll never get back into clothing. Right now, like with this internet making it hard to reach people and hard, for people to even see the clothing that I put out there, because algorithms won't let anyone see it. And if so anyway, it's just hard to reach people, because if you want to post a link to where people can buy it, or put a price so people know it's for sale, or if you want to put the word it's for sale, or buy it here, or go get it there, or anything like that, the algorithms know you're trying to make a sale, and they shut down your freaking thing so nobody sees it. So
But if you make 30 shirts, it's not a lot of money to make 30 shirts or 20 shirts of something. It's a good run. It's a good amount of shirts to hold on to. And then don't go gung-ho. Hold on to those. There's a phenomenon that happens when there's too much choice. If you have too many shirts, they might not choose any. If you have one shirt, it's a yes or a no. You know what I mean? If there's too many shirts, I'm not sure which one to choose. That could be the no. And it's a serious phenomenon. It's called the...
But at the end of the day, there's another serious phenomenon of branding, where if your brand becomes well known, you can make a whole bunch of things. And if it has that brand on it, they can all be pretty different. But if they all have that brand on it, people will want that brand.
I'm a scientist in this shit. That is done. Yes, people do this, but that is not ever beneficial. It has never ever been proven to be a beneficial thing. If anything, it's a waste of time, because there's one thing that you do.
No, I agree, but I'm talking specifically from a clothing brand point of view.
Give it a Nike with the swoosh, the Adidas logo over a heart. They literally don't have. They could do that to the end of time. That's it. That's all they need.
I know, but they also have a million other things for people to buy. Like a lot of people that'll own an Adidas thing will own an Adidas track pants and a pair of Adidas shoes and an Adidas jacket. And yeah, they all go together, but they're all three different garments that a person has to buy three different things. And they want to keep that branding consistent. So like for me and my clothing, in my mind, for long term, like I want to have all of them to have the Nexus logo on them. I want to have shirts. I want to have this. I want to have pants. I want to have,
I feel you.
I want to have all of that. But right now isn't the time for me to focus on that, just because of the way the internet is now. It's hard for me to reach enough people to make the money back that I would put into making that happen. Whereas one size fits all things, I don't have to stock sizes. I don't have to worry about it. If somebody writes me and says, hey, I want a double XL, and I say I'm sold out, sorry, like then they're gonna leave with, oh, I couldn't buy anything. Like I lost that opportunity to make a sale.
Let's be real. T-shirts are the #1 way to support. It, hands down, throughout history, it's the way.
For me, my art career, I disagree.
I just started though.
You
just started the T-shirt. Okay.
I had bought 100 T-shirts like in 2014 or 15, and I still have like 30 or 40 of them left. Like shirts never did a lot for me, personally. And it's cool to wear them, don't get me wrong. I love wearing them, and when somebody does buy one, it's amazing. For me, I've lost money on T-shirts. I haven't ever made money on T-shirts. From the amount of money I've spent on T-shirts versus the amount of T-shirts I've sold versus the amount I still have sitting in the box, I haven't made money. I've lost money.
Okay, so heed my warning. Make a message. Make a shirt. Use your art to fucking put a message on a shirt, and then use that message. That's what Good's about. Like it's a simple message. I want to do good. I want to be good. That's why I wear good. And when I wake up in the morning, I think about what I want to wear. I want to wear good because it makes me think about those things, about doing good and being good. And it's as simple as that. But I think about that a lot. I think about more than I should because it's
that's why, because the message is very simple. The message is Nexus. Like we're Nexus all a little point in the middle. We all have that little spark of divinity, but after that, the possibilities are infinite. That's why my logo is the way it is, and that's why I think my logo is a pretty powerful logo, especially as a clothing brand logo.
It's great.
Because it has that little message in it, and that little message is in the subtle world that we talk about.
So think about yours too, Because someone had asked me, what's your logo? And I have many logos. Because everything I draw is kind of a self-portrait. But that person really struck a chord in me because it was like, damn, dude, like, what is my logo? Because I've made way too many.
And I've asked you this a lot of times, too. Like, what's the one thing where if I have a good, and I have a cream, and I have a pollution, and I have a whatever you're going to do next, how am I going to know they're all GermDee 20 years from now?
Well, good is GD. It's my initials.
I know, but nobody knows that without you sitting there saying it. If I just have the garment and you're hit by a car tomorrow...
That's the that's what I mean by the consistency of doing the same thing for 10 years.
Yes.
That's really what it comes down to. And also, don't be scared if you try something and you don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, he named all those things. I have no problems or qualms because... I've gone fucking my whole entrepreneurial career trying something. It works, makes money, but it's not for me. And other people are there in the wake freaking out that how could you drop something like that? How could you just like hot drop something? But if it's not for you, you get up and you walk out. That's my philosophy. Get up and you walk. Why are you waiting until it's a softer get up and walk out? It's not for you. It's not for you. Stop fucking around. Go figure out what's for you, you know? Because when you will find it, you'll be so much happier that you went for it sooner rather than later. The banter goes to you.
Well, I mean, like, I'm kind of lost on what to say next because...
we're talking now about hobbies because this is looking for clothes today and getting that phone at the thrift, car phone, and some keshis is what I did because I wasn't feeling well. I'm not going to pour myself... And then later, when I felt better after passing out, I made those fucking paintings and made some money. So that's the issue, you know what I mean? It was a great day. It was a great day. I didn't force the paintings and paint them all like, I'm not feeling well. Nah, bro. I went out and got a cool Ferrari phone. And then I was here and I was all like,
I did groceries, I did laundry, I did some cleaning around the house, I did like a whole bunch of stuff that I've been putting off. I did some cooking when I was like, all stuff that I hadn't been feeling well the last few days that I'd been putting off. So like I did a whole bunch of domestic crap and got that done. I got a little bit of painting done. I answered all my messages on social media. I answered a few emails that I had waiting in my inbox from being sick, and pretty much caught up on all of that. I didn't make a post yet today, but I don't think I will either. But tomorrow's another day. I'll make a post. I'll remind people that I've got my 30% discount going on for spring clearance. I have some new stuff I want to release soon, so I'm just wanting to run that 30% discount for another week or so. Maybe when I get back from Cosm, then I'll start focusing on releasing all my new stuff. But for now, take advantage of that spring clearance. If there's anything on my website that you're interested in owning, 30% off is a pretty big discount. That means something that costs $100 is only $70. That means something that costs $50 is only $35. So go on there, save that money.
Man, it's a good deal.
Save that money and help me get over my illness by like having a little bit of money in the bank while I wait for my paycheck next week.
No, I've been doing good financially, but the last couple of days I've been acting like I'm doing good financially, which is not good financially. You know what I mean? No, I bought this Japanese game for my PlayStation, and it won't play.
That sucks.
No, because it's region locked. So now, after this podcast is over, I'm going to go home, and I've downloaded YouTube videos on how to open your PS2, put in some tin foil inside your PS2, and then you can play a Japanese game for 10 minutes and get bored of it and then turn it all off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
But hacking is part of my hobby as well. I love that. I'm excited about opening up this PS2. I even told you before, like, oh man, maybe I'll get another case and I'll put it in a different case. That's really what interests me, because that's an art piece in itself, to show someone that, like, here's the thing that you remember, but not how you remember. And why? Because a human got creative in the process, with the nuts and bolts. So I guess this episode should be called Hobbies.
Hobbies and healing?
I don't know, because that's how it ended, but it was
hobbies
really...
and healing, I guess.
Yeah.
Or healing and hobbies.
And friends.
Healing, hobbies, and friends. I don't know. I guess so.
Because friends get you sick. And then you need to take a break and do some hobbies to get well again, so your business does well. And then when your business does well, you can hang out with your friends again who will get you sick.
Yeah, hopefully that cycle doesn't just keep going back and getting each other sick.
Well, I didn't drink last night at the show, so I wonder like how the other people are feeling, you know what I mean? Because it was free drinks.
Ooh.
So people were pretty sousy at one point.
Where was this?
At the skate shop. The skate shop that I've never been to, because it was like a longboard shop, but there's no such thing as longboard shop, so they call it the skate shop. Mountain Denis, downtown.
Okay.
And I found out about it when I was downtown. I went to it. Just chill.
Nice. No, last night I still wasn't feeling good, so I was in bed pretty early and just recuperating, so that this morning when I woke up, I was like, opened my eyes, and I was like, oh, okay, wow, I feel like my fever's gone finally, so like time to start getting shit done. So I did. Got a bunch of shit done. I wasn't really excited to host an Arty Time podcast. I'm like, man, there's nothing I did in the last few days since the last podcast we did. I've been pretty much wiped out, sick, lying in bed. And he's like, well, that's what we'll talk about, how to handle your business when you're sick. So I said, okay.
Yeah. I'd give it a 7 on 10.
Yeah, I don't know. You rate it down there. Let us know how this compares to our other Arty Time episodes. Or come up with your own rating system. Be like, it's 3 eggs on a pig, and I'll ask you, what the hell do you mean by that? And then you'll just translate it. And we mean 7 on 10. All right, at least you'll make me laugh.
Yeah, and if you have suggestions on any type of show that you would like to see us do, Adam wants to play GoldenEye. Maybe that's an Arty Time podcast.
I didn't say I wanted to play GoldenEye on a podcast.
No, that's why I'm just throwing that in there.
I said I would wreck you in GoldenEye is what I would say. That's what I said. I would murder you and you would not want to play me after like 5 minutes.
It's a 4-on-4 Mortys.
4-on-4 Mortys?
Yeah.
What?
That's baby.
Nice, I like that. 4-on-4 Mortys, there we go.
I know, but it's a Morty, not a Rick, though.
Yeah, that's still fucking hilarious.
Still 4-on-4, so perfect Morty. It's a perfect Morty. Hey, what's the deal? I think there's going to be new episodes.
Yeah,
that's the big announcement? Because I saw there was an announcement, but they're trying to clickbait me into clicking something. Just tell me what the announcement is.
Yeah, I think there's a new season coming out.
I figured, whatever.
Yeah,
or it could be total bait, and it's like you click, and then it's like the new season's not coming out.
You click, and it's the new Tool album.
That's not till 2020, though.
I don't know. I thought it was coming out in August, the new Tool album.
Okay,
but
well...
what about the new Arty Time podcast? Like, this is it. You're watching it now.
You're watching it live with Charles Woodson, I believe, from the Green Bay Packers, who has caught this football. Or is running. He's a running back, so he's running with this football.
Oh, yeah, we forgot all about...
My son gave me this story. He clearly didn't want it. He's like, take this.
We're horrible people. We forgot all about...
Jesse Sweet!
Jesse! Shout out, man. Sorry about forgetting about this, man.
I didn't bring you my legit paintings that I have.
We're both fucking kind of recovering from illnesses, so I want to thank you so much for this. This is sick. This is a hydro pour painting from Jada, one of our fans and followers on Facebook and Instagram, and this is totally dope. All right, we're back. It sucks that the light kind of reflects off it so much, but like there's so many subtleties in the pattern and in like the mixtures of the colors and like the metallics, and it's just a beautiful piece. It makes me think of like ice and snow and winter, but like also space, and it's just like something that's really beautiful. And like the more you look at it, the more you can get lost in it. It's like got a little bit of a fractal aspect to it too, so I'm super stoked. It's his first one he did as well, so I'm really excited to have this as part of my art collection. I need to get it probably framed, hang up, because this definitely deserves an awesome spot in my collection. So thanks, Jesse, I really appreciate it. Super stoked to have this, man. So where's your painting, Germ?
At my house.
Well, how are we gonna shout it out if it's at your house?
I'll do it. Because I set up a new living room, so I have new paintings in the living room that aren't mine.
Nice.
I'll probably do a shout out on Instagram where it's like I'll show all the paintings that aren't mine. You're part of it. You're being held by Barney.
No, oh, the little one. Okay.
Yeah, your little painting's being held by Barney.
I was like, holy shit! Would like really Barney come by and hold the big one?
Listen, I have a plush toy collection too now. Okay, and Barney's part of it because he said things in our youth that we heard. What was his line, anyways? I love you. Let me hug you.
I didn't watch Barney. Barney was like after me.
Yeah, I didn't watch him either, but he's clearly like you. Dude, he was an icon. He was a purple. He's so well designed. You know what he looks like, right?
Big purple dinosaur, yeah.
He's so well designed. He's just atrocious, and you don't want to ever listen to anything he has to say because of his voice and stuff, but I'm pretty sure it was like, well, I love you. Let's be friends. I think it was something like that, or he wanted to hug you or something like that. But no, I had to have him, and to me, you're like Barney.
I'm like Barney?
That's why Barney's holding your painting. Bro, of all the pop icons, who are you?
Not Barney.
Okay, tell me who
Shaggy.
You are. Shaggy?
Yeah, that's
in the comments below if you know who, bro, you don't even have long hair.
Shaggy didn't have long hair either.
Oh shit, he didn't. But he had a beat.
Shaggy looked kind of like me. He just had like, I for a long time I often wore green shirts and brown pants like Shaggy did. Like I love earth tones.
Oh.
So yeah. Yeah, if anyone, it would be Shaggy, not Barney, but thanks, I guess. Not fucking Barney, dude. The fuck?
It makes sense when you think of all the
Doesn't make
all
sense
the
at
possible
all.
things, of all the possible things.
Of all the possible
I'm gonna
things,
get a-
I'm like Barney.
I'm gonna get dude, if I get a fucking who are we talking about again? Shaggy plush, people are gonna think that it's me or some shit, because he's like,
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know how you associate me with Barney, but hey, all right.
well, I can't think of anyone else. You're not Mario. I only have so many plush toys.
Jeez.
You know what I
Fucking
mean?
Barney,
You could be
thanks.
Alf. You could be Alf. You could be Mario. You could be Kirby. We're talking big plushes.
That's
we're
it.
talking
I'm gonna have to
we're talking
get
like
you a
50
different plush toy. I'm
centimeter
gonna have to
plush
go
toys here.
online and find some plush toys. And
Oh, bro, no,
replace.
don't, because they're really expensive. We're talking 50 centimeter plushes here.
No. I
Where
don't
I'm
care.
getting them on the low end because people think they're
I'm gonna
useless.
get my own plush toy made of me, and
One day
then-
I'm gonna have a room of plushes. You're gonna come in and you're like, I don't understand.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a room of the biggest plushes China has ever made, and that'll be my art piece.
One day I'm gonna get my art on a hot air balloon.
Oh, yo, that'd be dope.
Mm-hmm.
What if we just made it?
It would be it costs somewhere around $12,000 US to get a hot air balloon printed. I looked into it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they're expensive. And that's just to get the hot air balloon printed. That's not for the basket and the gondola and the fuel and the burner and all that. That's
Would you go
just
on
for the
one?
balloon. Probably.
Holy fuck, eh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd like it. I might end up spending the whole time cowering down in the corner because I'm not really a big fan of heights, but I would give it a go once. One thing I would not do is I don't think I would do skydiving. I don't think I would pay for the privilege of throwing myself out of a plane. Yeah, if I'm gonna pay to get on a plane,
Would
I
you do
want
it for
to
free?
land in the plane
Would you do
too.
it for free?
Would I do it for free?
Yeah.
I still don't think so. I don't know, man.
Would you do it
I
for
don't know.
$100?
I don't know. Maybe
What's-
maybe if I was broke.
what's
Now
the-
that I'm not broke, probably not.
No, you 1,000.
I don't know.
1,000 you jump.
I don't know. Maybe.
What's your breaking point
maybe.
here? I don't want to jump out of an airplane either, bro.
Yeah, to
But
be
I
honest,
probably
the
would
amount of
do it
money
for
would
free.
depend. With what I would say here, sitting on the couch hosting Arty Time podcast, would be a very different answer from standing in front of the door 10,000 feet off the ground with a parachute. Or,
No, I do it for free.
I don't know. I think you
For
have
the
to go with
experience.
somebody strapped to your back the first time now.
Yeah, which I don't really feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I would feel less comfortable about the dude strapped to my back than I would about jumping out of
Just
the
have
plane.
alone. Yeah, I would just rather do it alone than have another human like be like, I got it, bud.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I guess if we die, we die together then.
Yeah. Hopefully I land on top of you and maybe you break my fall.
But in other countries, it's not like that. I'm sure you jump Costa Rica, ain't nobody gonna be attached to your back.
You know, I
There's a
don't.
little less
I don't
loss.
remember if I looked into skydiving in Costa Rica or not, but
Really?
I don't know if there's a lot of skydiving that happens there.
Oh yeah. There's skydiving in Central America.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but
Mexico
Costa
and stuff
Rica
like that.
just happens to be very mountainous, and there's all these weird air currents and stuff. I don't know if there's a lot of safe places.
Oh my God, you are such a connoisseur. The general knowledge of the region. Did you
Well,
live
I
there or
lived there
something?
for 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful place. I can't wait. I'm moving back eventually. I don't know when or how, but I'd love to move back eventually. Honestly, I want to build Tazum in Costa Rica, the Temple of Sacred Mandalas. I would like to build it there. It's a beautiful place. It's warm all year. The food's amazing. The people are kind and humble.
What are we waiting for?
Honestly, I don't know. It's hard to get residency there. It is, unless you marry
Or
somebody from Costa Rica,
or
or
come in with 35,000 or something.
I think you need to have 50,000
invested or just lost.
no,
Like you give it to
lost.
them?
Like you give it to them and they lock it in an account for you, and it's to cover. It's allegedly to cover in case you ever get legal problems and they have to look for you, if they have to send their version of the FBI after you or something like that. Like they take that money from there to go after you or something. I don't know exactly how it works. All I know is that it's either expensive or you need to be married to somebody from there. Or I think there's a third way, like if you invest 250,000 in real estate or in starting a business there, maybe. But
Because see, that would be a good avenue. Hopefully, one day for you. You know, you
Yeah.
invest in your real estate, and that they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a possibility. So we'll see. That'll be down the line. For now we're kind of not there yet.
We're not
but,
feeling well. Okay, so those are big, ambitious projects that make us feel anxious.
Well, no, they don't make me feel anxious right now. They make me feel super excited about it long term. But like, it's something that I know is going to take 20 years. It's not something that's going to take 20 months or 20 weeks or even. It's going to take 20, 30 years for that to manifest itself the way that it should. So I'm not worried about it tomorrow.
No, you're just gonna go see Tarzan. Tarzan.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go get recharged to the main hive, where like Cosm was inspired in large part by Cosm. I had the idea for it there. Like we were talking about what we really wanted to manifest in our future, and I came up with Temple of Sacred Mandalas, Cosm, and I kind of came up with the name just as a joke, as copying Cosm. But I told Alex Gray and Allison Gray about my little joke, and they laughed and they said, "Go for it, do it, man, do it. It'll be awesome." And in that moment, it felt like, yeah, it would be awesome. It would be like this other little vortex of positive energy and creative energy where I hope a lot of people would come to and leave their creative presence and leave their hopes and prayers and well wishes and their positive subtle energy that can imbue a space with that type of energy. And I mean, it's really weird. I know the first time I went to Cosm, I went to lie down and I wasn't high on psychedelics, nothing, like I wasn't high, and I closed my eyes going to bed and I saw all these like geometric patterns behind my eyes, like as if I was on acid or something. And it had been years and years since I've taken acid, so I wasn't on acid, and I was seeing these subtle geometric patterns behind my eyes. And I told somebody else or a few people about it the next day, and they're like, "Oh, you're not the first one to say that here. Like, there's so many spiritual people and different paths of different Indian chiefs from different tribes from the United States have come and left blessings. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Dalai Lama had blessed the place. I think all kinds of spiritual leaders from different faiths and different paths and different beliefs and different cultures from all around the world have blessed that land and that place and that project with good intentions. And it just resonates when you're there. You can feel it if you're in tune with that kind of thing. And I definitely felt it. I want to feel it again when I go back. I know I will. And I still like feel that resonance through everything I do. And I want to create another place like that where people can go to and have that type of vibe. So yeah, that's like proves I'm feeling better, because I'm thinking about that again. And when I was sick and when I was like all frustrated about having to get a job again, like I couldn't be bothered to even think about that. It's like, oh yeah, what a stupid idea. That'll never happen. Like that's also the same time when I wanted to burn a painting that I spent 500 hours on. So like that was a stupid idea.
That was a good time though.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just honest. It's just something mentally that I went through, and it's funny now looking back on it. Like at the time it wasn't funny. At the time it was frustrating. And if you would have laughed at me and told me, "Oh, you're," if you would have pointed out how stupid I was being, I very well might have burned the damn painting just to prove how not stupid I'm being. Fuck you! You don't think I'll burn it? I'll burn it just to prove you wrong. And it's like, what the fuck would you do that for? Well, when I'm in a shitty mood, that's the way my brain goes.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Same here.
So, when I'm in a shitty mood, it's usually better just to take a nap and wake up and hopefully reset myself and come back with some better thought patterns and some better attitude. And,
yeah.
Just be healthy and rested.
Paint some Richie Riches on some FedEx envelopes.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I guess
this is episode 10.
This is episode 10. And what were we calling it again?
Get Sick or Die Trying.
Oh no, we were calling it Healing and Friends or something.
Get Sick or Die Trying is pretty good though.
Get Sick or Die Trying is pretty funny. It is pretty good. So yeah, I guess we'll name it something other than just episode 10, but maybe it'll have 2 titles or subtitles.
On my channel, it'll probably be called episode 10.
Yeah, I know on your channel it will be, and it'll have no description and no link to your Instagram and no link to my website. But if you go over on my channel in like a couple of days, it'll have all that.
The Professional Arty Time Podcast Distribution Network.
Yeah,
Out of Millward.
I guess so. Yeah. See, that's something we should Fiverr. We should freaking Fiverr. We should get. A few people have asked me to make an audio version of this. And I just keep telling people, well, just don't watch the screen and it's an audio version.
No, but just download.
But like that doesn't seem to work for people.
But just YouTube to MP3.
I don't know how to do that.
If you're listening,
I think what they're asking.
Google YouTube to MP3.
Yeah, but they want us to do it, and then they want us to put it on Spotify or wherever.
Yeah, but we have other things to do.
I do too, but maybe we should get someone on Fiverr for that.
If you Google, because this is going to change your life, if you Google YouTube to MP3, everything on YouTube can be turned into MP3 formats through a browser, and you can have anything you want as an MP3. You can download songs, podcasts, lectures, and you can also write YouTube to MP4, and you get the videos too. So if you ever wanted to download a documentary and watch it after the fact when you're not online or something like that, it's just you just Google. Mm-hmm. You're one Google away. I know, old news, bro. Yeah, it's old news. Everybody know this. Everybody know this, but.
Not everybody knows this.
But yeah, if you wanted to have a podcast, that's how I get all my footage.
Some of my main fans are like 70-year-old women who don't know this stuff. So if you're one of those watching, now you know you can actually download our Arty Time podcast and you don't have to watch it on YouTube. You can save it on your own computer.
Well, because I think that's what they're really asking is how can I watch this when I don't have YouTube chewing my data, you know? I don't want the video chewing my data.
See, I don't use any social medias on my phone,
and I'm old
including
school.
YouTube.
I'm old school. So like I'm used to the whole you download it.
I'm always watching it on my desktop. My desktop.
You bring it with you. I don't even have data on my phone. I don't have internet at my house. So downloading and archiving is a big part of my entertainment catalog and DVDs.
I always thought DVD was the wrong name. Like, DVD should have been the term for a computer virus, and it should stand for digital venereal disease.
Yeah, but it's...
I know, it's digital video disc, but it should have been the term for a computer virus. Like, damn, my computer got a DVD, bro. A digital venereal disease. I shared that file with that bitch without fucking zipping it first, and now it's all fucking corrupted.
Wow, bro, that's hilarious. You should stand up with that routine. That's amazing. That was actually amazing.
All right. So on that note, I gotta pee, and I guess we'll wrap.
He's gonna work on this stand up because that was fire.
No, I wasn't really fire.
That was fire. I forgot to zip it. That was hilarious. Like that was a good out of nowhere punchline.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to work on our stand-up routine here, and we're going to become famous actors. Mm-hmm. If you've watched episode 9, you already know this. Mm-hmm. Where are we moving to?
L.A.
Oh, L.A.
L.A.
And, oh, damn, you didn't even talk about your cartoon Hollywood. Okay, no. That's next episode when we...
That's when probably not next episode. That was a stupid thing.
Don't ruin it. Next episode, we unveil our greatest thing ever, Hollywood. A cartoon where we pay people on Fiverr to make it for us. Till then,
peace.
Till then, we love you. Have a